וכעת אני רוצה לבקש מפרופסור הלינה אברמוביץ, שעמדה בראש הוועדה שבחנה את האסטרטגיה של פיזיקת החלקיקים האירופית, להגיד גם כמה מילות ברכה. בבקשה, הלינה. תודה רבה.
So, my speech will be in English. Sorry, Elias.
You will understand.
You will understand, I think, yes. And it will be a slightly different perspective, as you will understand, more from the side of Cern, although also from the Israeli side. So just as a reminder, Eliezer took over from David Horn in 2003, the Israeli Committee for High Energy Physics, by which time Israel was an observer at Cern, and we already had funding for the Atlas experiment at Cern, which was funded by Vatat through the Academy of Science, and this was the dream of Giora come true. So I will not comment very much about the activities of the committee itself, which was led by Eliezer. It was a typical Israeli affair. We attack the issues that need to be solved. We don't try to solve problems that don't seem to appear. It has one big advantage, very few meetings. So we are very efficient. But it's good to talk a little bit about the achievements of Eliezer as chair of the Israeli Committee for High Energy Physics. You never heard that from me. So first of all, indeed, Israel became associate member state and full member state. So associate in 2011 and member state 2014 formally voted in, but I think the letter of accreditation was in 2015. So this is always the problem when you do it at the end of 1 year. And this was a result of many negotiations and fact-finding. And Eliezer used all his networking abilities to mobilize scientists and politicians in Israel and abroad to prove that this was beneficial to all parties. The way to think about it is that by becoming full member of Cern, Israel has Cern as part of its own national infrastructure. Very few people think about it that way, but that's the truth. This comes with obligations and benefits. So, for example, the obligation is participation in the council, Cern Council. Eliezer was there as the scientific advisor of the Israeli Council delegation, which was basically most of the time a one-person show, Eliezer, and then he had to sit long hours through the pension fund discussions and decisions about that, but of course also about the scientific program of CERN. The second achievement was that Eliezer again mobilized all the necessary forces to ensure further funding for phase 1 and phase 2 upgrade of the Atlas detector, for the upgrade of the LHC. Peter Yeni, I don't know whether he listens to us, was an essential partner in this endeavor. And this guarantees that our participation in the LHC upgrade program, hopefully leading to further discoveries following the discovery of the Higgs. And the third achievement is that Eliezer took us through a very difficult period of a generational transformation within the Israeli community. By then, Israel was involved in the LHC program for almost 15 years. People started retiring. We came out of it united and hopeful to continue the successes of the previous generation of Israeli scientists. On a personal note, I happen to be the most privileged recipient of the status of Israel at CERN. I was elected chair of the European Committee for Future Accelerators and then secretary of the European Strategy Update. Those are honors that can be bestowed only on scientists that come from member states. On the Israeli side, Eliezer was very supportive of my attempts also to keep Israel on because the Israeli Committee for Future Accelerators, for High Energy Physics in Israel is very CERN-centric, but Eliezer was very supportive in trying to keep us on the map of future electron-positron colliders, future Higgs factories, which may not be at CERN. But Eliezer has also other achievements, as you heard, in particular besides his role at CERN, for example, the Sesame project. in my observations, and I observed Eliezer for almost 5 years at the Cern Council, I saw Eliezer as a good troublemaker, trying to get Cern out of its comfort zone. In particular, I believe that the involvement of Cern presently in the development of the concept of the muon collider was initiated by Eliezer, but a simple question in the Scientific Policy Council: why not? Remember? During the strategy update, he brought in the opinion of his Nobel Prize winners' friends to support in arguing for the FCC, the Future Circular Collider. That didn't make my life easier. Anyway, ultimately, in spite of being a troublemaker, a good troublemaker, Eliezer was elected president of the Cern Council. So now he sets the council agenda. I am sure, to paraphrase something that I learned from my father, Eliezer is the best string theorist among the presidents of council, and he's the best president among the string theorists. I wish him much more success. Thank you very much.